This was a comment that was left on my last video where I explained how Etsy is removing my listings and TikTok has also removed several of my packing videos, so I don't know what's happening and my business is hurting, and I was crying in this video. And I'm not gonna lie, this comment thread left a really bad taste in my mouth. My business is my main source of income, and it is currently hurting because of false information being spread. So I'm sorry, but I can't let comments like this just float on by. I did try to talk to this commenter and figure out where they got this information from, and I was told to just Google it. And I don't know if I'm just upset because of everything else going on, but that felt so patronizing to me, telling somebody who's crying, well, just Google it. Thanks. I did my research on this well before I ever started selling oddities to other people because I care about ethically sourcing oddities for myself. I did Google it. Here's what I found. Pause to read if you care. Basically, as long as it is legally obtained in a legal species, it is legal. There are some exceptions to this, like when it comes to international shipping, but I don't ship internationally, so miss me with that. So I want to be really clear. I have no problem with people who want to know where their stuff comes from. In fact, I think that that's really important, so much so that in every single box, I include a handwritten note with the history of each and every item in the box and where it came from and how it was obtained. So where does it all come from? That's kind of a complicated answer because each thing is unique. I had to go to my state and obtain a permit so that I could go and scavenge roadkill and other naturally deceased wildlife. There are some states with similar laws, there are some states with none. I've made friends with scavengers all over the US and we trade things back and forth. I trust these people. I've seen their paperwork. It's safe and fine and legal to do. Sometimes even my viewers will reach out to me and ask to send me things over my PO box. That's always really cool and I get a lot of cool stuff that way too. I also get a lot of stuff from vintage and antique collections. It's how I get things like fur, sometimes bones come that way. In this case, these are all pieces that have just already existed and are scraps now and likely weren't going to be used for anything else. The Migratory Bird Act does prevent most wild birds from being used in any capacity, even if it's just a feather or a nest. But I don't sell anything like that. I only sell things from domesticated birds like turkeys, chickens, peacocks. I also have a few Native American suppliers who live on reservations where they don't have any kind of government agency to go around and pick up roadkill. And in these cultures, they believe in using all parts of the animal, so they will use all the parts of the animal, and that's how I get some of them. There's been a handful of times I've gotten things from educational collections, and I've had certificates and stuff that come with it. If you've ever gotten one of those items, then you would have a copy of that certificate, and you'd know what I'm talking about. I don't ever want to discourage people from asking questions about the source of their oddities. That is so important to me. That's why I started all of this. But given where my business is right now, false information like this is actively hurting me, and I can't let it slide. Just be nice.